why is this here? If you guys noticed that thing on the lens, I'm sorry. I think last time we were grinding something, the lens was too close and a little piece actually nicked the lens, and like it looks like it's kind of like melted the glass, which is great. It means I need a new lens. But so last time you saw this thing, we completely destroyed this gasket and snapped all these bolts. Me and Emerson took this off, put a stud up into here, and then this is just a nut on the stud. We have a new gasket, which you can see sticking out, so thankfully that is good. And then I think that's good. Like, we started it, there was no exhaust leaks, there was nothing bad. I tried to go driving it last night and took it for like just a quick spin from the old house to the new house to make sure that it wasn't going to be bad or anything. And as soon as I tried to get into boost, blew this stupid thing right off the turbo, like directly off the turbo. So we were getting absolutely no boost last night. So I have no idea how this thing drives on the new tune, but I do know that there's no more exhaust leaks over here, which is a good thing. It actually kind of feels like an exhaust leak started near the muffler. I think I can hear it like kind of hissing and whistling out of there, which sucks because it's a brand new exhaust system. I'm not quite sure how that happened. We might have scraped it. It might have been just abuse on the dyno, didn't like it, or I don't know. You guys have probably picked up that we are in the new house. So I'm trying to keep it as much under wraps as possible because I do want to do like a house reveal and like tour and stuff for you guys, but my schedule is just like crazy overloaded right now. Like the amount of things I have to do this week before we leave to go to Calgary this weekend is crazy. It's Monday right now. We leave Thursday to go to Calgary. This car is a disaster and like nothing is ready. Like moving the weekend before we go on like a huge road trip was not the smoothest thing to do. So when you guys notice, yes, I am filming in the new place, but no, I'm not gonna show it to you guys until I have everything kind of organized. Like, let me just show you right behind the sieve. Like, boy, what is... Before we move on with anything else, I want to take it for a quick spin, make sure it is good, because there's no point in fixing the body if it doesn't even drive. You guys can probably hear this leak too. It's not horrible, but it's happening. I'm thinking it just needs a quick tack on one of the welds. I don't know. Oh, I just came and got gas and it seems to be not getting too hot. It seems to be driving fine. So I just want to do a couple pulls and see if when we're doing the pull, it leans out or if it's Gucci to go. Torque steered so hard. I haven't done a pull since we hit the dyno. It definitely hit boost, and I don't think it leaned out. I was not expecting that much torque. Try and ease into a third gear pull here. Oh, so smooth, dude. That is so much smoother than it used to be. Oh, baby, that is good. That is good. That is good. The dyno, I don't know if I was showing you guys a whole lot of like the overheating issues. After every couple pulls, we were having to just like stop and chill for a second, and I think the issue is, and I think I fixed it too, but the E-fan that we got was like, I don't know, I'd say a centimeter away from the rad. So I think when it was pulling in air, it was pulling in air from behind and just circulating it through instead of pulling air through the rad. So I kind of redid this support here. I pushed it right up against the rad. Like you can see there's like no gap. There's like no gap at all now. It's jammed right up against there, and I think that's helping because it's pulling air properly through there, which is good. And it just pulled pretty hard and did a pretty good job. So I'd still like to take it by the dyno very quickly, and even if we just do a street tune and he just puts on the earmuffs, make sure there's no knock. It's not where I want it yet, but even just for now, just so we can start driving it again, I'm probably gonna rip over there and just get them to just squeeze me in as tight as they can. That didn't sound right. But I just wanna make sure that it's gonna run right. It's not gonna blow up half the way to Calgary because that will not be fun. So somewhere now, deep in another box, I hope I still have that piece of fender. That would be awesome. Maybe we are in this box? Bruh, the Hot Wheels are everywhere. Boys, we have found the fender. I'm not joking you when I say that we literally moved in here this weekend. I've only unpacked 1.5 rooms. This morning I was like, nah, back to work. This little guy should go right. Oh, do not tell me I don't have the rest of it. Boys, boys, boys. That is bad news. This is like the ultimate project car. And somehow it wound up in a show and it's not ready for it. So this is not good. There's no point in even molding this back on here because there's still a gaping hole. This is why you guys need to follow me on Instagram. You guys follow me right here. I put a poll on Instagram and you guys all answered. I was like, would you guys rather see the janky Civic at Calgary or would you rather see the BRZ? Now, it's like pretty even. It's like, it's basically a tie, but that means that there's still enough people that want to see the Civic, and that's what I've been telling people I'm gonna bring. So I'm gonna do it. I have a new plan. It's really gonna hurt me to put some more time into these fenders, considering that like the wide body will be here in a very short amount of time, but basically, like, a couple of you guys messaged me that are actually gonna be at Calgary, and you were like, dude, it's not about how nice it looks, it's about the fact that like this is what brought a lot of you guys here, and like this is like this is what you guys want to see. This is not a show car, it never will be, so every time you guys see it, it'll just be like that point in the progress of that car. This car spends more time naked than me. Once again. And also, while I'm gonna be painting all of these things, I'm gonna try and do something cool with this bar. I told you guys I got this for like literally 10 bucks. It is a little bit rough. It needs to be sanded down and painted a little bit. So I'm gonna see, hopefully the sticker come, ooh, baby. Ooh, come off. At this point, it doesn't even matter to me if it's like nice and flush or like perfect body lines. It literally just, no more cracks will look better than anything. At this point, this is like the third or fourth time I have remolded these fenders. And like, I always say to myself, every time I'm doing it, I'm like, this is the last time I'm doing it, I'm not gonna do this again. As a whole, I would not recommend doing your wide body on a budget. If you're gonna, like, okay, wide body on a budget is one thing, but like molding it and stuff, just, I know the fiberglass was the more expensive route. That's why we didn't mold it with fiberglass. We molded it with bondo because bondo's like 60 bucks. Did like all 4 fenders, so that was an unreal deal. So that's kind of where our like budget came in when we did it there. 100% do not recommend doing it with bondo. It doesn't mean not on a budget, just like not with bondo, because the rears are fine because we've never had a rubbing issue, but every single time we have a rubbing issue, it's not really like, oh, I heard the fender rub. It's like, oh, the fender just exploded and broke right off. The first 2 coats just like a duplicate color black, and then I'm gonna use this one. This is called Black Effects. A lot of you guys kept asking when we did the engine bay. This is the exact same thing we used for the engine bay, but a lot of you guys kept asking like, what is it called? It's literally called Black Effects. That's it. But I don't have much of this left, so I did it like a base coat with black, and then I'm just gonna use this to get the effect, I guess. I think we only had enough for 1 coat. Yeah, dude, there was only 1 coat left in this, so I don't know how much of the effect we're gonna get. I swore this was fuller. Like, I honestly thought this was a lot fuller. I'm just gonna let this dry for now. And I'm also gonna bring in this spot putty stuff because it takes a little bit longer to dry than you would expect, actually. While that spot putty and that paint dry, I'm gonna take you guys on what my daily adventure has been like for the last weekend. Literally just non-stop runs to the old house. So I gotta get primer and paint for those fenders, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it, so I don't have any laying around. I gotta go meet Emerson at the old house, and I gotta return the key and the garage door opener and say goodbye to the old house. Oh shit. Also, to my new neighbors, if you guys are watching this, I am sorry about what you're about to hear. Damn, dude. This is so weird. So weird that this is no longer our house. Gotta try and get all these old oil stains out so I can make sure I get my deposit back, too. You're good there. I also have some bad news about Steve. I know there's literally like 1 of you guys that have been watching since the day I got Steve, and for that 1 of you that's watching, and that 1 of you that always asks how he's doing and always wants to check in on him, you comment all the time, Steve is gonna be staying here. Steve did not make it through this winter at all. My first ever winter here, it was like nothing. There was snow for like a week. Supposed to prep these guys properly if there's gonna be snow, because it like pools up on them, and this year we got snow for like a month, and the snow for a month just sat on it and just squished it and completely killed it, and now it's dead. For that 1 guy that always knows, I'm sorry, man, but we will be getting Steve 2.0 at the new house, and I will learn from my mistakes. Everything else is loaded in here. It is back to the way it looked before, dude. So weird. The only thing that stayed is the shelf that I put up, and the rest is literally just how we got it. Until next time. Now we gotta deal with all of this. Dump, cardboard, metal, Value Village, old shelf, Canadian Tire, oil. Actually, a subscriber that took that. I don't think Canadian Tire usually does that, but one of you guys works there and you were like, yo, I know you. And I was like, can you take this oil? Right. So thank you for that, I appreciate it. Return it, Depot. 27 bucks, baby. Four. All those cans aren't even ours. Those cans are Morgan's dad's from his shop. He literally just collects them for months and then just lets us return them. One more BRZ fart for old time's sake. This is where it started, boys. It's not where it's gonna end. Onwards and upwards, baby. Dude, my camera's about to die. I was literally just at Lordco purchasing paint and Emerson called me and said some guy popped a Yui and smoked his truck. I like really don't know the area where I'm in right now, but I'm trying to get there as fast as I can and the camera's about to die. I don't know what's going on. They're just standing there chatting, so I'm trying not to make it awkward. Sorry that happened to you.
Hey, it was my own damn fault.
Yeah.
I come down this way and I see the accident. There's an accident there, T-bone. I'm like, okay. So I come down this way, right? And I'm behind her. And I know the way she was turning, she wanted to pop a U there, but I was behind her.
Yeah.
Right? So she turns in here. I'm like, okay, there's an alleyway. So she puts her signal on like thinking she's gonna go in the alleyway. So she pulls over a bit and I'm like, okay. So I didn't go over the yellow line. You see the yellow line there?
Yeah.
So she goes over. So then it looked like she's gonna turn. So I go, her signal's off. I'm like, okay, go. And then she's, and I'm like, oh no.
Just into the front or the back of the truck?
Well, it's hard to tell, but.
Here too. Where it just skipped across her. Dude, you got lucky. You got so lucky. I shit my pants. You called me. You're just like, I got in an accident. I'm literally paying at Lordco. I'm like, I gotta go. And I just ran. I'm so happy you took your truck, not my car. Because we would have switched.
I know.
And this, you just bodied this with your truck. My car would have got annihilated.
The truck shook. It scared me.
Okay, we're back at the house. We got the paint. That's just a little reminder for you guys to just pay attention when you're driving because that girl just wasn't paying attention to behind her. Popped a Yui, nailed Emerson. At least his truck's fine. Man, this is literally what my life has been like, except not filming for the last couple days. Just running back and forth. That took 4 hours of my day. What you just saw in like a couple seconds took 4 hours. All this is dried. This looks like it's ready to just get a nice light sand. I was talking to one of you guys while I was out too that I ran into, and I was just like, man, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be there. And you agreed with me that it's, you know, it's cool to see the car that you've been following and fell in love with rather than seeing something else just because this isn't pretty. Oh, dude, that would honestly look really good if I just did the whole thing black and left that white. I'm kind of digging it. I just don't like how all this being black would just kind of melt into itself. So do this white, and then if we do the Honda Motor Co white too, it should kind of tie itself in a little bit. I bought some high build primer, not that I actually really need high build primer, but I bought it. And just a can of Perfect Match, which doesn't perfectly match. That's how you get the reds aren't the same look, and that's exactly what we're going for, boys. Why would I pull up to a car show if the reds matched? The reds have never matched. I can't believe I'm actually about to paint this disgrace. Yeah, oh, man, what am I doing? You guys ready for this? This is the moment of truth. Find out if the reds still don't match. But it looks like it might actually be pretty close. Actually, if you look right here, I can't even tell I'm colorblind. That's the best part, dude. I don't even care if they don't match. They look good to me. This is the hard part. So when we tried to do this on the valve cover, I literally tried to do this with frickin' tweezers. And like, I'm that's how you're supposed to do it. But what I just found in Emerson's toolbox, he has this little like picky hooky thing. And I think this should hopefully, maybe without ruining it, be able to just grab this sticker. Maybe we need a sharper one. Ooh! It is definitely not perfect, but it looks so good. And if you guys are thinking, hey, you could have just put a sticker there. You're right, I could have, but I don't have a black sticker, and you don't get the effect with that. At least this will have some of the effect of the engine bay, so when you like open it in like the sun or whatever, you'll see hopefully, if enough effect came out of that like one little coat of black I did, you'll be able to see it with it. If not, at least it still looks super tight in there. Also, just judging by how the fenders look right now, I think they're actually gonna look super, super tight. They might be a little bit like orange peely than I would like, but that's what happens when you spray it out of a spray can. So I'm gonna let this dry and these two things dry. So I will see you guys in the morning. I installed everything this morning. I actually think it looks pretty good. I think the fenders might be a little bit, because I took them off, the whole fender might be different now, but that's actually probably better than just having like a weird little strip on it. I also installed the strut bar and it looks so good. I used Courtney's paint pen for her Mazda and I just did like the Honda Motor Co on the valve cover. I think it looks pretty good together. So that's what we got going on the valve cover. The strut bar turned out unreal. And you guys ready to see the fenders? Oof. I actually think it turned out pretty good. This side is obviously better. This is the better side. And then this side just kind of is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna deal with that when we get to the show. I have an idea, but at least now it's like there used to be black spots and stuff because I was told I was gonna get this wide body kit like a long time ago. That's taken a lot longer than expected. So I just kind of didn't care before. At least now the reds actually kind of match. Aside from the fact that it's ugly, the reds kind of match. And then this just, I think, is a nice change, having the white in there. Having the white in there, I think, is actually really sick. I think it helps make everything pop, especially with the white on the valve cover. So I'm hyped on that. And I just got off the phone with Racing Greed, and Racing Greed said they're gonna be able to squeeze me in tomorrow morning at like 9:30 in the morning just to make sure that this thing's not knocking. So I'm assuming it's totally fine. Worst case, I can just get them to richen the tune just a little bit on the spot. But I hope you guys are ready. This thing is now ready for the road trip. Anybody that will be near Calgary at all, make sure you come out and say hi. And I'm gonna go inside and finish editing this video so I can get it out for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Peace out and stay committed.